When I was 7 years old, my parents rented a small 2-story house at the edge of an overgrown forest. It wasn't what you'd call luxurious, but it was affordable, and for some reason my mother seemed insistent on moving us there. It had character, she often said. I think she wanted to start over, forget whatever we'd left behind in the city. But that house harbored secrets. The closet was in my bedroom, a tall, narrow thing made of ancient wood that groaned with every movement of the door. It sat at the far end of my room, across from my bed. Impossible to ignore, day or night. You see, closets are strange. They hold the things you don't know where else to put. And maybe, just maybe, things you'd rather not think about at all. On our first night in the house, I heard it. A soft, faint creak coming from the closet. I assumed it was just the old wood settling. Age does that to a house, after all. At least that's what I told myself, but every night without fail, there it was again. Creak, just enough to make me stare at those wooden doors while my heart raced. One night, I finally told my mother. She brushed it off. "It's just an old house, sweetie. Wood expands, contracts. It's nothing to worry about," she said, kissing my forehead. Her calm words didn't match the unease in her eyes. I saw it. She knew something. Things escalated. I started waking up in the dead of night to find the closet door slightly ajar. Not enough to open fully, but not closed either. I couldn't explain it. I started locking the door before bed, with a small latch my dad installed at my request. But even then, by 3 a.m., the closet door would be cracked open by the same unsettling sliver. Curiosity eventually consumed me. One humid summer night, when the cicadas sang their relentless tune, I decided to investigate. Flashlight in hand, I approached the closet. Every step felt like walking toward something I shouldn't. But I had to know, had to see what was playing tricks on my sleep-deprived mind. When I opened the door, everything inside looked normal at first. Clothes hung neatly, shoeboxes on the ground. But as I lingered, something changed. The space didn't feel right. It didn't feel contained. The back of the closet seemed deeper, stretching farther than it should have been able to. The flashlight beam felt weak against the overwhelming dark pooling at the closet's back. And then I noticed it. A faint draft, cold and damp, seeping through what should have been a solid wall. Suddenly my flashlight flickered. Panic surged through me, but I couldn't move. That's when I heard something. A faint whispering. There were no words, just sounds like the whisper of breath against the ear. My arms broke out in goosebumps. Something was shifting. In the shadows, I slammed the closet shut and bolted across the room to my bed. My small heart pounded like it was trying to escape my chest. That night I didn't sleep, and the whispering, it didn't stop. It was faint, intermittent, but relentless. By sunrise, my mind was a tangled mess of dread and exhaustion. I avoided the closet for weeks, refusing to even glance at it. My room started to smell odd, though, like mildew mixed with something metallic. My mother would clean, scrub at the floorboards, light candles, but the smell came back stronger every time. Stale, suffocating. Then, things began to disappear. Small objects at first. My favorite rubber ball or a single sock. Then larger ones. My sketchbook, the blanket my grandmother crocheted. My parents thought I was just careless, but I knew they were wrong. The closet was taking them, swallowing them. One night, I finally confronted my mom again. I told her everything. About the smell, the objects, the whispers. Her face went pale. That's when she sat me down, her voice shaky. The last tenants said something similar. she admitted, wringing her hands. I thought they were just superstitious, talking about a curse or some nonsense. But now, I don't know. The last tenants. My hands grew cold as she spoke. She paused, hesitant. They had a little boy your age, she muttered, almost inaudibly. He went missing. One day he just vanished. They never found him. No one knows what happened. The room seemed to tilt. Vanished. And they stayed. The sheer number of questions overwhelmed me, but the pieces clicked. Something in that closet wasn't of this world. Something that took. Something that lingered. I didn't sleep that night. Somehow I knew, a deep, awful certainty that the closet finally knew I understood it existed, that it wouldn't wait much longer. At 3:07 a.m., I heard the creak, but this time the door didn't stop at a crack. It swung open wide, exposing that infinite, unrelenting blackness. I stared, frozen in place, unable to run or scream or breathe. Something was coming for me. And then, nothing. The darkness retreated. There was silence. And I thought for a moment that maybe it really had been all in my head. Maybe the whispers were just dreams, and the missing objects, a child's forgetfulness. Maybe. Until morning came. My mother called for me, her voice sharp with rising panic. "Where are you, sweetie? Are you hiding?" I tried to yell back, but no sound came. My own voice vanished, swallowed whole. I ran out the door, only it wasn't the hallway that greeted me. I was back inside the closet. I screamed, clawed, pounded on the wood that surrounded me. It didn't break. I didn't break free. And the whispering, oh, the whispering. It grew louder, a swirl of voices both distant and terribly near, repeating my name in endless despair. My life, my existence, now part of an unending shadow. Who am I? Perhaps you already know my fate. Perhaps the whispers now haunt your own nights. And if not yet, they will. Because closets, they all lead somewhere. And sometimes, there's no coming back. Welcome to the Nightside Archive. This was the endless closet, a chilling tale. Sleep easy tonight, if you can.